Good afternoon, kind people of the internet. I really have zero plan for the vlog today. I really don't know what to talk about. I did just go to the grocery and buy a bunch of food, so maybe you want to see that. When I got home, I wanted to pick a few tomatoes out of the garden, and my friend Whiskers was helping me. One of the things I like to do when I'm making food is just experiment with different combinations of things and throwing them all into a big bowl together and see what tastes good together. So maybe I'll try to do that right now. I can't make any promises about how this is going to taste or if it's even going to be entertaining to watch, but we're going to try anyway. One thing that's really exciting is that my large ensemble is playing a gig this Saturday, and we might be able to get the legendary trumpet player Randy Brecker to sit in with us and play on a few tunes. We just had a rehearsal last night, and we're working through a few of my originals and one other composer's originals and arrangements, and it's going well. We're starting to clean things up. What I'd like to be able to do with this group is hopefully record some point next year. We're just gonna have to figure out how to make that happen. But right now we're just sort of working up our repertoire and getting things ready. So here's a little clip from rehearsal last night. Right on that spot, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Yeah. I'll be right back. All right, I got these sleeves on, but it's kind of hot. I got to roll up these sleeves for this one. This is an important message brought to you by all music teachers, musicians, anyone that's played an instrument. How can I explain this? How can I get this point across clearly and concisely and hopefully empathetically as well? So I was teaching this student today. Really awesome kid. Very enthusiastic about music, very eager to play. He's playing saxophone and bass, always happy to just jump in. I'm trying to help him with his technique. His technique is not the greatest. It's pretty sloppy. For a 7th grader, is he in 8th grade? For that age group, it's usually not great anyway, but he's been taking lessons for a couple years now, so it probably should be a little bit better than it is. So I'm trying to help him out with this. So I'm working on this etude with him. Hold on. The word etude means study in French. So it's not an entire long piece of music, it's a shorter study. Usually it's about a page long or so. This is a book of clarinet etudes. And you can see most of them in here are just 1 page long. Each page has a different number. This is number 10, this is number 9, number 8. So they're short, they're not like super long pieces of music. They're relatively short, and they usually focus on one area of technique, one thing that you can work on to get better at your instrument. So I'm helping the student work his way through this etude, and eventually we get to the point where we can play the whole thing without any mistakes at quarter note equals 74 beats per minute. This is a metronome. Metronome you can set at different tempos. And it helps you keep a good sense of time while you're practicing. So this doesn't actually have 74, it has 72, it has 76. 72 sounds like this. So this was the tempo that my student had learned the etude, and he could do it well, he could play it through without stopping. It actually took us about 20 minutes to work and to get to that point with that tempo. 20 minutes of a 30-minute lesson. So we spent that time practicing it, and we were able to get it eventually at that tempo without any mistakes. So then I told him his assignment for next week was to play the etude at quarter note equals 100. So he's going from this, which he can play it right now. His goal is this tempo for next week. And I explained to him I still want it to be the same. No mistakes, no stopping, being able to do the dynamics, articulation, all the notes, correct fingering smoothly up at that next tempo. So then he asked me, can I just try it to play it at 100 right now? And I said, no. And he got a little offended. And then I went into the explanation. So I'm going to try to explain that right now to hopefully share this to any other students or teachers that might be watching this. The reason you cannot run before you can walk, or the reason you cannot race in the Indy 500 if you've never driven a car, or the reason that you cannot run a marathon if you've never ran 5 miles at once before, or the reason you can't do 200 pounds on the bench press if you cannot lift the bar of the bench press. The reason all of these things exist is because you are not ready. You have not put in the work required to obtain a certain level of something or to reach your goal quite yet. But there is good news. The good news is that you can put in the gradual work to reach that point, but it will take a little time. The problem with trying to do too much early on is that you will make so many mistakes that you won't be able to recover, and you will not actually learn from trying to jump ahead. So let's say I haven't been running, I haven't been training at all, and I have a marathon, and I'm gonna just go to try to run 26 miles. Yeah, I can do it, sure, why not? I have a lot of motivation, it's gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna go, what will happen is I will have about 6, maybe 8 awesome miles. About mile 10 or 12, I'll start to feel winded, and about mile 14, I'll start to want to stop. About 15 or 16, my ankles will be massively swollen. I'll have terrible shin splints, and my knees will be killing me, and I'll feel like I'm about to die. And then maybe mile 18, I'll get there and I'll pass out, and I'll just land, and luckily there'll be people there to help me and give me Gatorade. A much wiser course of action would be to give myself about 8 weeks of planning, each week gradually build up. So week 1, I've got 2 miles down. Week 2, 3 miles. Then maybe jump to 5 miles. And then maybe 7 miles. I'm building up just like a staircase kind of way. When you're working on etudes with the metronome, it needs to be the same kind of thing. You're starting at 72. You can nail it there, then move it up to 76. If you can play it at 76 3 times perfectly, then bump it up. And this one actually bumps up kind of far. It goes 76 up to 80. I would actually use a digital one so I could do 77, 78, 79. That way I know I'm building up the muscle memory. I know my fingers know what to do. My brain is engaged. And I know I can do it in a relaxed way without trying to scuffle and where I know I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. So this is what I tried to explain to him. He seemed to understand it after we went through that. But this is what a lot of people want to skip over. This is called the actual work. This is what allows you to gain technique and to gain ability on your instrument, and then to be able to play things and reach your goal. So I hope this explanation helps a little bit, and I'm sure I'll talk about this more in depth as we go.